We go through life making choices, big and small. We pick our clothes, our careers, our partners. This feeling of making choices defines our lives. But what if this freedom is an illusion? Could we be living out a predetermined script, our choices merely a product of unseen forces? The question of free will has perplexed philosophers and scientists for centuries. Do we truly control our destiny, or are we puppets in a cosmic play, our strings pulled by fate? This fundamental question lies at the heart of who we are and how we understand the world. Our everyday experience screams that we are free agents. We feel the weight of our decisions, the responsibility of our actions. Yet, a closer look at the machinery of our minds and the complexities of the world around us reveals a murkier picture. This essay delves into the age-old debate of free will versus determinism. We will explore the philosophical arguments, the psychological insights, and the societal influences that cloud our judgment. Ultimately, we will seek to answer the question, can we truly claim to be free in a world where so much seems predetermined? The heart of the free will debate lies in the tension between two opposing views. On one hand, we have libertarian free will, the belief that our choices are truly our own, not predetermined by prior events. This view champions the idea that we are the conscious authors of our lives, responsible for the choices we make. On the other hand, determinism posits that every event, including our thoughts and actions, is causally determined by an unbroken chain of prior occurrences. This suggests that our lives are like films playing out to a predetermined script, our choices merely inevitable outcomes of prior events. The implications of both views are profound. If we truly have libertarian free will, then we are responsible for our actions. We deserve praise for our successes and blame for our failures. But if determinism is correct, then our sense of agency is an illusion. Our choices, while they feel free, are simply the inevitable consequences of a chain of cause and effect, stretching back to the beginning of time. So, are we free agents or slaves to fate? The answer, as we shall see, is far from simple. It lies somewhere in the nuanced space between these two extremes, a space occupied by a third perspective known as compatibilism. Compatibilism attempts to reconcile free will with determinism. It argues that free will, rather than being an illusion, is compatible with a deterministic universe. In this view, our actions are indeed influenced by a web of prior causes. However, freedom lies in the capacity to act according to our desires and motivations, even if those desires themselves are determined. Imagine a person addicted to smoking. They may feel compelled to smoke, their desire a product of their addiction. However, they still have the freedom to choose to light up a cigarette or to resist the craving. While their desire to smoke is determined by their addiction, their action, the choice they make in that moment, is still an exercise of their free will within the context of their circumstances. This nuanced perspective offers a middle ground in the free will debate. It acknowledges the influence of external factors on our choices without completely undermining our sense of agency. However, compatibilism doesn't fully address the complex interplay of unconscious biases, environmental conditioning, and neurological processes that influence our decision-making. To delve deeper into the complexities of free will, we need to move beyond the realm of philosophy and into the realms of psychology and neuroscience. While philosophy grapples with the conceptual framework of free will, psychology delves into the machinery of the mind to understand how our choices are actually made. And what we find is that our conscious experience of making choices is often just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lies a vast network of unconscious processes, cognitive biases, and external influences that shape our decisions in ways we are often unaware of. Cognitive biases, for instance, are systematic errors in thinking that arise from our brain's attempt to simplify complex information. These biases, often operating below the level of conscious awareness, can lead us to make irrational or predictable decisions. For example, confirmation bias, our tendency to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs, can lead us to make choices that reinforce our preconceptions, even if they are inaccurate. Similarly, our unconscious mind plays a much larger role in our decision-making than we might realize. Studies have shown that our brains often make decisions before we are even consciously aware of them, with our conscious mind merely playing catch-up to justify the choice that has already been made. This suggests that our feeling of consciously making a choice may sometimes be an illusion, a narrative our mind constructs after the fact. These psychological insights challenge the notion of a fully autonomous, rational decision-maker. They highlight the hidden forces at play within our minds, influencing our choices in ways we are often oblivious to.